Why do you feel a word is or isn't offensive?
It's sometimes the meaning and sometimes the meaning behind them. Like, for example, the FA word, it literally means like when gay people are used as fuel for fire to burn people at the stake. And people are throwing that around like it's nothing, and it's pretty much it's the worst word I've ever heard. And the R word, I've heard it hurt so many people. I've seen people with mental disabilities crying because they heard it. It makes people feel like they're cast aside, they're like something stupid, like people are referring it to, and people don't get that it's offensive.
I feel certain words are offensive because a lot of times they're based on some sort of like negative connotation or historical past.
I think really any word can, there are, I guess, plenty full of derogatory words. I think it's just kind of a word that is hurtful towards somebody.
Why do you think people use offensive words?
I think it's to make themselves feel a bit better about themselves. So if someone else has something wrong with them, then they feel a bit more superior.
I think it's just a word of it's habit, it's cool, and the second that you tell someone to not do something, they're going to do it even more.
I think to a certain extent, one has been ingrained in social language. People, just default to using a certain word to describe something, A, because their friends use it, or because their parents use it, or because it's just used as a whole in society. And also, with a gradually decreasing vocabulary, people often use profanities.
Is it difficult to use a different word?
No. You've provided an excellent list. Not really, honestly. I don't think it is that much more difficult.
I'd like to say no. However, with so many people saying one thing, it's easy to default to certain kind of terms. So, if you just kind of watch what you say, it's relatively easy to kind of watch it.
Is it more difficult to use a different word besides a derogatory one?
Unfortunately, I think it is now because of how often it's used. It's become so natural that it's hard to change that.
I don't think it's difficult at all. I don't think people need to use those words as before. I don't want to censor anybody's language, but I just want people to know that you can say anything you want. I can't stop you doing that, but if you say something, you better know that you're insulting someone's dignity, and if you're okay with that, I'm not okay with that, but I can't stop you.
Can words hurt people?
Absolutely.
Words hurt.
Words can hurt, I think, a lot more than people realize.
Yeah. Yes.
Like the R word and the FA word are way more offensive than any swear word that I've ever heard.